This week's guests are the CEO and Chair of the Board of Teen Court Sarasota. I'm Rob. This is the Sarasota SpeaX Pre-Show, tailored by Tweeds. What's up, everyone? I'm Rob. This is the pre-show tailored by Tweeds. When you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations all across the state of Florida. Should be a little QR code on the screen. If you'd like more information, screenshot that, click on it. We'll get you some details. This week's guests are Heather Todd, CEO, and Megan Leaf, Chair of the Board of Teen Court Sarasota. Welcome.
Thank you. Hey, Rob. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So first, tell us about what Teen Court is.
An opportunity for young people to right their wrong. So when a young person gets in trouble in our community, they have an opportunity to go in front of their peers, explain the situation, right? Because there's always a good story behind the choice that they made. And then the jury of their peers decides their consequences. The prosecuting and defending attorneys in the courtroom are teenagers. The clerk and the bailiff in the courtroom are teenagers. And most important, the jury is made up of teenagers.
Oh, that's awesome. So there's an interesting statistic that you shared. Only 10% of children or kids who go through teen court reoffend. Can you talk about how that compares to the general juvenile court route?
Absolutely. We're very proud of that number because compared to juvenile court, where there is an adult judge that decides the consequence of a young person that has made a poor choice and is in the juvenile court system, that number is 58%. So compared to our 10% reoffense rate, or I apologize, 10% of the young people that we serve continue to get into trouble. So our success rate is 90%. The reoffense rate for juvenile court is 42% with a 58% success rate.
Gotcha. And your organization has a number of volunteers from various walks of life. What kinds of volunteers are you looking for? And if someone's interested in participating, how would they contact you and get involved?
So we have over 200 young people that volunteer with us in those different roles. We have over 100 adult volunteers across our community that take on roles of jury monitors, certainly mentors, teen court host, anything that you can think of that supports a young person as they're making these choices and kind of getting themselves out of these poor choices, whether that's community service hours, maybe they've had to write an essay or an apology letter or do their community service hours in the community as interns, or volunteer opportunities when it comes to business owners and internships. When we look at that experience, the adults that come into their lives, we call them angels, but it's also volunteers that are teenagers looking for bright future community service hours, and then certainly board members, and Megan can speak to that. But it's adults that love young people and want to support them, and we have different opportunities to do so.
Awesome. Great. Well, that is going to do it for the pre-show. Remember, when you are looking to level up your style game, come on down to any of our Tweeds locations. You can follow us on Instagram at Tweeds Suit Shop, and stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of this week's upcoming episode with Heather Todd and Megan Leaf.
So I have lots of crazy stories, as you can imagine. I have a couple fan favorites, and they're board members. So we have board members, okay? Make a proud moment.
That have come through.
No, I am. Well, she's a board member, but this isn't Megan. This is...
I was not a client.
Sure.
That's right. It is either Katie McBrayer Lynch or Stefan Campagna. I'm going to go with Stefan's. Katie shares her story often in the community, but Stefan, over 3 nights, broke into 27 different cars over 3 nights, 27 felony counts of auto burglary. I believe his junior year, and got the opportunity to come through teen court on 27 felony counts of auto burglary.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big deal because can you imagine 20 felony convictions,
that's
at
a lot
17
of
years old.
for a few CDs.
Right, and that's what it is.
That's essentially what it is.
It was radar detectors, it was change. On the last night, he drove a car around, he parked it, the victim didn't even know. He He shared that with
He brought it back?
a detective. He brought
That
it
was
back.
kind of him.
Parked it. The victim
That would have
literally
been my
didn't-
defense. He
Yeah.
brought it back.
Another thing, fancy hangers. He had some fancy hangers that he stole. So needless to say,
Hangers?
Yeah,
Like air
in the car.
fresheners?
Air fresheners,
like
coat
fuzzy
hangers.
dice.
Well,
No, coat hangers.
yeah, literally coat hangers that were in somebody's car. So a lot of stupid stuff.
Bad.
Not a great
His
thing.
criminal career was short.
It was very short.
I know Stefan. I'm just,
Yes, you do. Yes,
great
yes.
guy.
So cool story. Gets the opportunity at Teen Court. His story is better than the one I'm explaining. Different details, but able to come through Teen Court, dismissal of the offenses, had the most community service hours and jury duties than anyone else across this country, because a lot of teen courts across the country don't handle felony cases. Obviously was able to go on and go to law school, where he started a teen court in Nassau County, New York at Hofstra Law School, where he met his wife. That teen court is still alive and well today. Stefan lives in our community. He's a board member for us. He takes on kids when I think that they need to fight something in court. He does it pro bono for me.
Wow.
Special man. But yeah, really cool story. 27 felony counts over 3 nights of breaking into cars.
And he's a huge success.
Huge
now, so
success.
that's
Huge
cool.
success. Yes.
I want to bring it up before somebody else does and calls me out, but I was in the teen court system. at
Okay,
one point in
I'm
time,
glad you
right?
admitted it, Brad.
And listen, to be honest with you, I don't totally remember
Yeah.
what it was. It wasn't, anything too crazy. And I do remember coming out of that with community service. I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
And I guess I've never been back in the system.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
it was a success for you guys.
Yes. Thank you.
But we all make bad choices, and
That's
that's
right.
why it is, important to have something like this.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that, to be honest with you, it's not something that's in every county across the entire country. But you said that there's 52 in Florida now?
52 in the state of Florida. Yes.
And how about concentration of these just across the United States? Is it a pretty common practice at this point? Not so much.
So I'm on the National Association of Youth Courts, and we're in definitely about 15 states, but I don't know that we have the numbers from every state. I bet that they're kind of hidden in some other programs in some way, shape, or form. But we in Sarasota are pen pals. It's now Zoom pals, but pen pals
Thank
with the
goodness.
the Anchorage, Alaska program. Our kids get on once a month and Zoom with them. They watched our teen court session a couple of weeks ago via Zoom. So just some pretty cool stuff. They're making the same choices over there that they are here.
Florida and Alaska, kind of different
Correct.
communities, right?
Isn't that fun?
Play devil's advocate and explain to me why the government wouldn't want a teen court-like organization.
I think Department of Juvenile Justice, there's money to be made with holding programs inside of the Department of Juvenile Justice, for example, because we serve them, maybe they don't get a certain amount of money for each child that's served. They don't count our kids. It was always, if you always followed the money, it was about
they lose
that.
funding,
They
lose jobs, things like that.
Well, and let's be clear, the Teen Court in Sarasota is a nonprofit. These other teen courts of the state of Florida are not nonprofits. I think we're one of 2
That's right.
nonprofits in the state.
Yes.
So even, for instance, just Manatee County, our neighbor to the north, that is connected through, is it through their clerk system that
yep.
it's operated?
Yes.
So in different counties, it is connected to government funding already, and it runs differently. So for us, we're very unique in when she's talking about following the money, because grants that are coming to us are grants that we absolutely need to run the program, whereas DJJ, they may be getting additional just pure state funding simply because it's the Department of Juvenile Justice. So we work together, but there is a big difference.
Understood.